Hey, welcome back to Spray Over Homestead. I'm Kanan.
I'm Nikki.
And today on Would You Rather, we're going to choose two subjects and debate which we would rather do and why. So today's subject is going to be...
Grow veggies or grow your own proteins/meats?
Well, I guess this one's going to be an easy one because we're not vegetarians or vegans, so we have to debate this. So I guess on this one, I'll go ahead and go first. On this one, I can tell you pretty much I am a terrible gardener. I don't really get it. I overwater or underwater everything, and pretty much everything is on the verge of death if I have to control it. So with me, I'm pretty good at growing protein, so that is going to be my choice because I am pretty good there. A terrible gardener.
He's not lying.
I know who I am.
The man has overwatered like squash, which I didn't even think was possible. I'm gonna take the other approach. I'm gonna say grow vegetables, and I'm not a great vegetable gardener by any stretch either. Honestly, I'm just so busy. I don't put the effort required for good gardening in, but I do think that if I focused on the garden, I could produce more in a shorter amount of time. Now, on the flip side of that, meat has, and I don't want to get into the whole, vegans argument here, but meat does have better proteins, and there are fats and amino acids and things in there that you can't get really out of vegetables. I know they keep trying and saying they do, but I guess my big thing is the gardening requires less commercial inputs, right? Like I have manure, so I don't really have to buy fertilizer. I only really need seeds and water, because I kind of have my own fertilizer. Whereas the proteins require a little bit more effort and a little bit more input, like either commercial feed or for us, it's buying hay because we don't have a lot of forage during the winter months. So I feel like I could probably put an entire year's worth of vegetables away more cheaply and more easily maybe than the proteins.
And I would say if we had better land for either case, right, you had better pasture for animals or you had better ground for vegetables, I think it would make a significant difference on, if you're trying to base it on cost or ease. I know when we have good pasture or in the early spring, we have decent pasture. I won't say good, but we have decent pasture from snow that's melted and grass is coming up and everything else. It's pretty easy because we can just walk out there, essentially just open the back of the barns and let the goats out and they go graze all day. As opposed to, if you had really good soil that had really good retention qualities for nutrients, minerals, water especially, it'd be pretty easy. You just turn on a sprinkler in the middle and there it waters it all and you don't have to touch much. But it kind of depends on the land, really.
Yeah, here you're kind of in both, right? You have an awful growing season, and you don't have good pasture either. So both of them require some kind of.
You like proteins, don't you?
Yes, the collie's going with proteins here. I can tell you that she loves her some chicken and some rabbit.
She's not much on carrots.
No, I fed her carrots yesterday, and it was she took them because Mama asked her to, but the other two were like, "Yeah, no, it's not happening." I will say right now with proteins, chicken and pork and everything else going up in price, there has been at least some financial benefit to growing our own protein. It's been easier on the grocery bill, but on the same side of that, vegetables have been going up too. I mean, overall, they're still much cheaper, but you do need a lot more vegetables to hit the same protein and mineral and calorie content that you get out of meats.
Thank you. So I think with that, we're going to have a veggies. We're going to have two proteins on this side of the table here. And that is going to be it for Would You Rather. So if you guys have comments, leave them down below. Which would you rather choose? Would you rather grow your own vegetables or your own proteins, meats, etc.? Which and why? You always got to have to answer the why. So with that, we'll leave it there. If you guys have other topics you'd like to see, throw them down in the comments too. We'll add those to the bin to select from in coming weeks. And with that, we can see you next time.
Happy homesteading.